Alrighty then. Let's talk to Sebastian one more time. Maybe I should have done that last time. Alright, who do I want to take? Let's take Meryl, Evelyn, and... well, I'm talking to Sebastian anyway, so let's take you for now. And not for the first time I'm asking myself why I can't talk to you while we're just walking across Kirkwall. I mean, there's the party brander, but yeah. So, can I talk to you?
I'm giving it all up. I made a vow to the Chantry and it was wrong to turn my back.
Sebastian, listen to yourself. You're as impulsive now as the day you turned away from us. Do you think the Maker wants another rashly spoken vow that you'll abandon when the next passion takes you?
I will not...
This is your life, child. Don't spend it being blown about like a weather vane. But here's Hawke. Maybe you can talk some sense into him.
Is the Grand Cleric upset with you?
She thinks I'm fickle, but I mean it. It was wrong for me to break my oath to the Chantry. I've turned against the Maker. And for what? Why would I want to rule Starkhaven and deal with jackals like Lady Harriman for the rest of my life?
If you give it up, what then?
I suppose I must convince Elthina my commitment is sincere. Then I will remain here, to represent the Maker's interests as she thinks best.
You should ask what's best for your people, not just for you.
I do not have hubris enough to imagine it matters to the common people who rules them. Kirkwall does well enough with no one in the Viscount's seat. Someone will take the reins. The fields will be planted, the crops gathered. No one will notice that a Vale lives and isn't there, and I can devote my life to the Maker's will on Thedas.
You're wise to stay here. No one trusts a man who breaks his oath.
I cannot return to Starkhaven and subject my people to war without a clear sign that it's the Maker's will. Hawke should do it. Kirkwall needs a Viscount.
Have you asked him? It would be Hawke's decision.
I watched my parents in Starkhaven. When times are good, the city rules itself. Years could pass and no one would notice who's prince. But when there's famine, when there's war, people look to their leaders. Who does Kirkwall have beyond Hawke?
This is probably a conversation for the two of you to have.
You want me to be Viscount?
Andraste said the Maker is king in the heavens, but it is the kings of Thedas who must recreate his worldly glory. I keep thinking about that. Who better serves the Maker? A brother of the faith, or a prince who can sway a whole city?
Every person does the Maker's work in their own way.
Elthina is risking her life by not deserting her flock. Could I do the same? It's been 15 years since I lived in Starkhaven. The people there are only a memory to me. Kirkwall, the Chantry, that's real. That's where I belong.
Great. Now that's out of the way, let's get a drink.
Sorry to burden you with my doubts, but I do appreciate you hearing me out. You've been a good friend, Hawke. I will stay, as much for you as for her grace.
Alright. Good, that's been dealt with. I'm gonna leave you here. And I think I'm going for something crazy. Namely... I mean, not Fenris per se, but not bringing a rogue for a change.
You are more naive than I thought.
What have I done to you now?
To me, nothing. Not yet. To yourself, you can't even begin to imagine the number of mages that have walked down the path you're now on.
My clan didn't believe in me. If you don't believe in me either, I won't mind.
Alright, I want to finally check out on the loose.
Do you regret it? What happened with your sister, I mean?
No.
You don't feel bad about killing her? Not even a little?
It was necessary.
You're lucky then. There are so many things I wish I could undo.
Alright, anything of interest? No?
Hey!
What about you? Oh, what good is this shield? Bonus of fire damage. Almost as if this was made for a mage, posing as not being a
Come
mage.
replace your own crap.
But anyway, did I get something for you?
The anger
Apparently
from our
not.
mages is
Anything? Stamina drought? No. I think I already got everything that might have been of interest. I just wanted to double check if maybe something new has spawned while I wasn't looking. You alright there?
Champion, welcome.
Tell me why I'm here.
There was an incident within the gallows. A number of phylacteries were destroyed, and several mages took the opportunity to escape. We've recovered most of the fugitives. However, I require your assistance in tracking down the last 3.
How did the phylacteries get destroyed?
An insurrection. Several of my own Templars orchestrated the escape, presumably out of sympathy for the mages. They turned their backs on their duty and endangered their charges, as well as the city. Thankfully, most who escaped fled to their families and offered no resistance. The last 3 are proving more difficult.
Since you're turning to me, should I assume the Templars all suddenly disappeared?
The apostates are being sheltered by their families. Some have been reluctant to talk to Templars, but you are another matter. The people of Kirkwall trust you, Champion. They will be more honest for you than for us.
I'm not doing your job for you.
Let me be very clear on this matter, then. You are an apostate. One who operates freely only because you have been a protector to this city. If I suspect that is no longer the case, then I may decide your status needs to change.
Threats aren't going to work.
I am not threatening you. I am asking you to justify the confidence Kirkwall has granted you. With the influence you wield in this city, Champion, it is crucial you understand just what we face. Talk to these mages' families. Investigate for yourself whether they need be recaptured.
You aren't afraid of what I'll do?
I hope you'll do the right thing. You do not approve of my methods, but perhaps you will change your mind when you see firsthand how dangerous these apostates are. Speak to my assistant, Elsa. She can tell you whatever you need to know about the fugitives. I bid you good day, Champion.
Also, that's an interesting sword you're sporting. Especially that red stuff. Is it Lyrium? I mean, Lyrium is red. Which I learned over the course of 2 games.
Good day, Champion of Kirkwall. Knight Commander Meredith has informed me that you will be tracking down the apostates on behalf of the Templars. There are 3 of them. Huon, Emile, and Evelina.
Why does Meredith have a tranquil assistant?
The Knight Commander believes tranquil mages to be efficient and single-minded. I, in particular, am extremely organized.
Are the apostates blood mages?
The Knight Commander suspects this, yes.
But she does not know for certain.
The Knight Commander tends to assume all apostates practice blood magic. She prefers to err on the side of caution.
I want to hear about Huon.
Huon is an elf. He was apprehended in the alienage 10 years ago. His wife, Nisa, works for a dressmaker in Lowtown.
Could Huon be hiding among the other elves in the alienage?
The Templars' searches uncovered nothing. The Templars have also concluded that few other elves would risk hiding him. Huon was taken many years ago. Most of the alienage's inhabitants do not even know him.
Have the Templars spoken to her?
Yes. Nisa insists she has not seen Huon since he joined the Circle.
What do you know about Evelina?
Evelina was trained for 8 years in the Circle in Ferelden. She was last seen in her former residence among the refugee community in Darktown.
How did she come to be in Kirkwall?
Evelina claims to have fled the Blight, not the Circle. She presented herself to the first Enchanter on her arrival, and asked to take her place here.
And doesn't sound like a fugitive. Anything else?
Our files indicate she petitioned Meredith for financial support of numerous other pre-adolescent Blight survivors.
Did the Templars run her into Darktown?
Yes, they tracked her there, but she killed several pursuers. The Templars believe she is the most dangerous apostate.
Tell me what you know about Emile.
The second apostate is Emile de Lancey, 5th son of the Comte de Lancey.
Out of Hightown. Some of our more vocal and delicate nobility. They are home in the evenings authoring complaints.
What have they said to the Templars?
The Comte and Comtesse say they have not seen Emile since he was a child.
What do you know about the de Lanceys?
Comte Guillaume de Lancey is a minor noble from Orlais. He and his wife came to the Free Marches over 3 decades ago. Emile was born in Kirkwall and sent to the Circle at age 6.
I have all the information I require for now.
Good luck on your search, Champion of Kirkwall.
Anything of interest around here? No? There's a sack. Oh wow, a whole raven feather. Okay, I should have brought a rogue. Alright, next time I'll bring a rogue. And yeah, let me look at this sword again. There, you don't mind? No, that's... Also, why does this go into your... Never mind. What about you?
This is a difficult time for Kirkwall.
Arguably. Anything else? No? Alright, next time I'm here I'll bring a rogue.
Yes? Is it like you thought? It's nice, isn't it? He seems nice.
Yes, he's very nice.
I know, and you're so cute when you're with him. Not like normal you at all.
Haven't you got something unholy to do?
No, we're following Hawk. That's important too.
Alright, let's start with Huon. Let's take a shortcut through Meryl's home. However that even works. Which is also a good place to do this, and that, and this. And, well, less important for your control. This, and Room Ghost, and also control. There we go. Hold on. Slow down.
Your master must have been a terrible man to make you hate mages so.
He was. Now he's dead.
We're not all like him.
How often I hear that, and yet how often I find it's not true.
The Keepers are different. They exist to preserve the old ways and to protect our people.
And none of them would ever fall prey to a demon, or perform blood magic.
It's impossible to talk to you.
Alright, I want to check on your equipment for a moment. Bonus damage against humans. What else we got? We could try vigilance finally. Yeah, let's try that. Let's give you this thing. Let me see. Hold on, that looks similar. Okay, not that similar. This is more pointy. And this has this. What's this? Is this a big bottle opener on your sword? Seriously. Bonus damage against demons and undead. That should be good.
Oh, greetings, Monsieur. Meryl, what are you doing here?
We're here about Huon, Misa.
Oh. When the Templars came, I told them the truth. I hadn't seen Huon in 10 years. But after they left, he came to me. He wanted me to hide him. I used to dream of him returning, but not like this. He's changed, and I don't know him anymore. I sent him away.
Did he hurt you?
Only broke my heart.
How has Huon changed?
He was obsessed with showing everyone true elven power. He frightened me.
Did you see him use any magic? Perhaps blood magic?
Would she know it to see it?
I don't know. I don't think he used magic on me.
So you hadn't seen him since he left you?
Huon didn't leave me. He was taken away. When the Templars found out he was a mage, they chained him and dragged him from the alienage, in front of everyone. Now I'm trapped in this sham. Married, but with no husband and no future.
Good riddance. You don't need to be tied down to some man.
If he had been himself, I would have taken him back gladly. But Huon said he would return to take me away from this forever.
A user, just looking for another handout.
I don't know what he means, and I am afraid of him, Monsieur.
Would it help if I returned? I'll make sure you're safe.
I would be grateful. Huon said he would come to the alienage soon, at nightfall. Are you going to arrest him? I think he needs help. Maybe the Circle will be able to heal whatever troubles him.
I rather think the Circle caused whatever is troubling him. So does that mean I can just stand here and wait? Yes? So, yeah, just stand here and wait for nightfall.
What's in your
And
mirror?
What do you mean?
In your mirror, what do you see?
A warrior? A wife? All the mistakes I made to get here and make it right. Why? What have you decided to see?
Sometimes it's hard to tell. Cracks, mostly. Maybe I'll borrow yours sometime, if that's all right.
It's all right.
I see something sparkling in the corner. How have I not gotten this moth-eaten scarf before? And yeah, let's just...
Champion? It's Leah. Do you remember me? You saved me from that murderer when I was a kid. Sorry, Captain. I don't mean to.
Not at all. Go on.
I wanted to say thank you. I wasn't thinking straight the day you saved me. That monster deserved what he got. Captain?
Dismissed. She joined the Guard a few months back. She's got a good understanding of what we're up against.
That was great. Yeah, another Guard recruit. Or full Guard already after these couple months? I don't know. Yeah.
Must
That's
we come
awesome.
here?
So
I hate these alienages.
yeah, so I'll just wait here for this Huon to appear. By the way, you're clearly selling something. Why can't I buy anything from you? Maybe bring in a little bit more money into the alienage. So yeah, what am I going to do? Just run around the Venadal for an hour? Is there anything to be... Oh, yes, there's something. Oh, what about you?
This tree is one of the only things left that reminds us city elves of who we are.
So, yeah. By the way, what's this? Greenish, bluish fire. Is that veil fire? Well, there might be something burned in there, but that would be a weird oil lamp, actually. And yeah, I'm glad again we have this time to talk until this Huon shows up. So what are we going to do? Today I had a breakfast. I used some leftovers to make bread soup, of which, as far as I know, is rather a German thing. At least I never heard it from anyone who's not German who ever claimed to have eaten it. Well, not to me at least. So, does any one of you ever have bread soup? And yes, it's just what it's what it sounds like. You take stale bread, of course. You have to prevent it from going moldy. You dry it. You bake it a second time. Let it roast a little bit like. Okay, I don't know how you eat your toast. If you want it charred, then well, maybe you'll also like it charred in your bread soup. But in the end, it's yeah. This bread, I also got some garlic, some chili, a little bit of tomato paste which I had left over. But of course, you can also add full vegetables, full tomatoes, or whatever you like. I heard some people like putting onions in that, though I personally can't stomach onions. I get severe stomach cramps from it, which is why my parents used to feed it to me. You could add peas or broccoli, pretty much whatever you like. The bread is mostly to give it texture and such, and thus, yeah, I mean, of course it's also a little bit of taste, especially if you roast the bread previously. Also depending on what kind of bread you used. In my case it was some ciabatta left over from our last role-playing session. Yeah, we're playing the pen and paper RPG of Dragon Age for a couple of years now. I actually like that system, though it's actually pretty unbalanced if you go by the adversaries in the core rulebook. I think... I mean, the core rulebook is a collection or a combination of the previous 3 rulebooks that were in place of this system. The first version came out after Origins, and if I remember that right, it allowed characters to go up to level 10. And I think that all the adversaries were meant to be challenges for, well, a player group, a character group of maybe 3, 4, 5 characters up to level 10. Basically, I think 4 level 10 characters can beat the Archdemon. And the Archdemon is already the hardest enemy in the game. Has the most hit points, also some of the strongest attacks and such. And this, what is it called? Corruption Blast, what it has instead of a Flame Breath. So yeah. However, the second edition expanded the character levels to a maximum level of 15. And yeah, things go a little bit out of whack then. Yeah, this second edition came out after Dragon Age 2. And then there was a third one added after Inquisition came out. And this extended the character levels to 20. Well, our characters are currently at level 17. And we're sort of playing the story of Inquisition. One of our characters has become the Inquisitor with the anchor and such. And, well, one of our adventures was also going to the Frostback Basin and dealing with the Jaws of Hakon. And to spice it a little bit up, I gave Hakon not the stats of a high dragon, but the stats of an archdemon. A little bit of tweaking here and there for changing the Corruption Blast into something that does cold effects, like slowing down characters that are affected by it. And yeah, well, our characters were like, what, level 14 or 15 then? And they defeated Hakon in 4 turns. That was really... it wasn't a challenge at all. I mean, yeah, they took a little bit of damage, but nothing even remotely threatening. Even after they have fought several Jaws of Hakon previously, not having had time to recover fully. The mage wasn't at full mana and such. I'm not sure if anyone was even at full health, but either way, they just took Hakon down in no time. So I had to push Corypheus' dragon, this is a Red Lyrium dragon, far beyond the scope of a regular archdemon. This thing is now blown up beyond anything that should be allowed in this game, but I fear that when we're meeting this the next time, they're going to deal with it. So me as a GM, I have to provide some additional challenge. Of course, Corypheus will be providing a little bit more excitement, and not just send his dragon after us. Of course, Corypheus will fight the group as well. And regarding the extension of the Red Lyrium dragon, I actually didn't do that alone, though my players didn't notice at the time. I gave them some pieces of paper that said things like plus so much armor, plus so much damage, plus so much health, and so on. And they had to pick some of those, of which I told them that they were to improve an opponent, though I didn't tell them which one. Honestly, I think they suspected it would be Corypheus. But yeah, so I let them pick these pieces of paper with those bonus stats, and then, without looking at them, tape them to the sheet of the Red Lyrium dragon. I did it all upside down, so, or rather face down, so I didn't see any of the printing. And yeah, so right now there's no one who actually knows the full stats of this dragon, and when we finally meet him, or her, I honestly don't know, Or it? They? Is it a non-binary dragon? Are there non-binary dragons? Well, I don't know. Yeah, I derailed myself there. Either way, right now no one knows the stats of this dragon. So, yeah, that will be interesting. Once we will finally meet him. I mean, again, they already had an encounter and spotted him, her, it, them. Previously, for example, we recently had the adventure in the Arbor Wilds. Yeah, one of my players actually played the Dragon Age games more often than me. And one other was also spoiled pretty comprehensively. So I changed things up a little. For example, that ancient elven temple we visited in the Arbor Wilds wasn't a temple of Mythal. Instead, it was a temple of Junei. And there were no ancient elves, which one of our players, well, blurred out as soon as we got there. Instead, there was a Martarel, which I also crafted from cardboard. Painted it a little bit. Yellow underside, grey topside. I mean, it wasn't exactly a masterpiece of art, it was just something I made for one session of a role-playing game. However, I think in last episode, yeah, it was last episode, I mentioned that two of my players have a young child, and that child really liked that model I made. So yeah, are we done? Is this good? Where's Huan? Still not here? Alright. Alright. I'll go by the rules of the game. And I'll wait for night. There you are. There you're fine.
Huan.
Hush, love. Don't be afraid. Your blood will bring new life to our people. She was so beautiful.
You're going to pay for what you did.
It's always the same. Always.
Alright. So this totally doesn't make any sense. I could have waited here the entire day and intercepted you from even getting there. I could have joined Nissa in this... what is this? Some market stall? I don't know what to call it really. We could have waited the entire day, but no, the game only allows me to come here back at night when it's already too late. Even if I stay the day in Meryl's home, I could have looked out the window or whatever and even then intercepted you. I could have... This death doesn't make sense. And speaking of things that doesn't make sense, why do you have the tattoo of a dwarven duster? Did you came from Orzammar? Is that how this goes? Oh, speaking of how this goes, actually I think I and Meryl didn't take much damage. Hold on. My spirit resistance is high. Yours is also high? Oh, you... Wait. Oh, I didn't activate the elemental aegis. Well, either way, I'm healing you, and now let me deal with all these shades. Who again seem rather shady of even being in Kirkwall. I really feel like shades make a significant part of the population of Kirkwall. At least that's what's portrayed in these games, and there's more blood magic. I really think this spirit magic resistance, spirit damage resistance is helping. Now you're doing it again? Which, oh, you're doing a lot. Hello? Can we move? You're beginning to tire. Ah, no, no, no. Everyone, please here. Come here. Let me hold. Let me throw some fireballs. Let me even freeze you. Let me get my dog in. And how many can I get? Well, 4 without hurting any one of ours. And freezing seems to be even better. Ow! But it knocked me back, but it didn't do any significant damage. I really think this is spirit damage. In fact, I call it proof. Alright, and now I'm deactivating this, activating this, and do a nice group heal. That was effective. Don't need to regroup yet, so I'm deactivating this again, activating this, activating that, and let's return our attention to you. Maybe freeze you a couple times. Maybe wait for you to cast your spell here, so I have 2 reasons to come here. Actually, you're casting your spell around yourself, just because my dog is there. No, let's wait. I could give someone... Nope. Namely Meryl. A staff. You. No one's looking, right? Let's try it horror. Nope. This magic does too much damage on my companions. Actually, let's try this. We're pretty high on spirit resistance. Maybe we can actually tank this. Yeah! Alright, Meryl and I are the new Blood Mage Hunters. Who needs Templars? And I didn't even freeze myself. Or Meryl. Or my dog. Everyone's fine. Yeah, alright. If I had this Spirit Warding Rune much earlier, namely in the last act, that fell or then fell, would have been easy. It's really... Often it's really just a build. Or in this case, equipment choices, sort of. And yes, I could accelerate this by using a luring potion, but I still want to keep those. And right now, we're not threatened in the least. Only our dog is taking some damage. And even the dog is, well, thanks to some modding, rather strong and useful. Yeah, so I have 2 warriors that should be as tanky as tanks could go. And they have this elemental aegis, which is supposedly the solution to deal with magic. But, oh, 40 helpers, Boots of the Champion. But they don't give me +1 to all attributes. But of course I'll take them. And yeah, sorry about Nisa. That was certainly not what I wanted. Can we at least give her a proper funeral? No? Yeah. Alright, let's check Darktown. And maybe let's switch up a little bit. Maybe get ourselves a rogue. And well, I just discovered that Meryl is so good against blood magic. You know what? I'm gonna check who has more spirit resistance, Evelyn or Fenris 65? No, not tactics. 45. Alright, let's replace you with Sebastian, because you also have that demon slaying bow. What is your... yeah, you don't have any spirit resistance. You might go down quickly, but I want a rogue there. What do we have equipped? We do have the demon slaying bow equipped. Good. So, just in case there's blood magic again, Sebastian will probably die quickly, but at least I have a rogue with me. In case there's some hidden treasure in there. Really don't know. Maybe.
We got nothing here you'd want. Get back to Hightown and leave us alone.
Does Evelina live here? Why are you here?
This is our home as much as it is hers. Evelina shared everything she had with us. Evelina found us when the Darkspawn came, when our parents died. She made sure we got to Kirkwall safely.
I miss her.
But when she went to join the Circle here, they called her apostate for leaving the tower in Ferelden. They locked her up.
You came from Ferelden?
Yes, until we got here I thought we were the only ones who had survived.
Don't you have any other family?
Everyone died in the Blight. Evelina kept picking us up, new children every day, everyone she could save.
Do the Templars know you're here?
I don't care. They only want Evelina.
Didn't she want to stay free with you?
She didn't want us to be stuck in Darktown. She wanted to give us a real life. She thought the Circle would help her, but they just locked her away.
If you tell me where Evelina is, I'll try my best to help her. You can trust me.
No one can help her.
The Templars made Evelina angry. They made her change. It wasn't her fault. When it was over, she was ashamed. She ran into the tunnels and hid.
Shut up, Cricket. Don't tell them that.
She's in the sewers, child.
You can't go there. She'll know we told you and she'll be angry at us.
Angry? I didn't like when she got angry. We have to hide.
Cricket!
Don't call your child Cricket, please. I mean, it's just a suggestion, but... So, this totally doesn't look ominous. There may be traps in an area like this, or it's just demons. Why can't I place this well enough? I mean, yeah, the Rage Team doesn't get anything from this, but... you know what? volume our dog, and then let's get back a little. Maybe clunk up a little bit more. I'll get dragged away, distracted by the dog. One moved out. Sebastian, you're a little bit exposed there. Can we get you down, please? And maybe if I attack you, no. Maybe if I attack you, you just hide and come back to backstab me. But with this melee area effect, I'll get you down somewhat reasonably quickly. I hope I don't freeze myself with that. But I didn't. Or did I? No, I did. Of course I did. And Evelyn. No. Wait. Nice group here. Come on, go down. There. Now it's just you and us. Let's step back a little and freeze you. And this time I didn't freeze myself. There we go. And I have potion, which you stole from me, I think. I still want to check for traps. But yeah, our demon slaying equipment is also quite useful in these situations. No traps here. Nothing. I mean, I'm glad it's no traps.
Hold! This area is not safe. And with that,
there we go.
I'm done.
Any more? This looks ominous. Yes, it does. Alright, let's all step back. As I said, all step back. Even you, Sebastian, please. Really? Wait, can you use this to get out of there? Apparently not. Come on, everyone. Can I hit multiple of you without hitting Evelyn? No, just two. Evelyn, step back a little. Maybe rearrange yourself. Not that you're in a deranged status, just... yeah, I stopped talking. Get this shade. And there's my fear of Sebastian getting too much damage. Fulfilled. And how many can I get? Well, I could probably get 5 if I only could get a right angle like this. This hits Evelyn. This should work. That's only hitting our dog. Sounds cruel, but our dog is rather tanky, and I can easily summon him back. Something is grasp on you. Let's focus a little bit. We're all tanking a little bit, which means a group heal would be fine soon. Actually, I'm going for it. Deactivate these, activate that, and a group heal. That was good. Deactivate it again. Deactivate it again. Activate these. And now Sebastian is getting a lot of damage again. Alright, that shade that got you slows it down. And we get this rage demon. Of course not. This on this shade. A little bit of money. And there's you again. I'm gonna save a little bit on the mana. Maybe I can heal Sebastian in a moment. Can I? There we go. Heal. And you. This time I'm taking a little bit of attention. Paying attention. Yeah, without healing spells, this would be a lot harder. I'm not saying I'm struggling. I think I'm doing alright. I didn't like that there's no second rage demon, of course. But I'm saving a little bit of mana. Also fire resistance, I didn't pay attention to that before I started this fight. I get the feeling that Sebastian doesn't have much, if any. I'm gonna do this one more time. I don't really need, but my companions got a lot of back. One rage team finally down. Put this all back. That's good. One more time, come on, before the rage team thaws. There we go. Superior longsword. Why did you have that? And I still feel more traps. So let's lead with the rogue. What's... Oh come on, we can't walk over this? It's not even knee high. Okay, it's a bit higher than ankle high, but... Oh, goodness me. Any more traps?
Ahead.
Yes.
It is done.
Some gloves.
What are you doing here?
I thought if we warned her about you, she wouldn't be angry. But then she...
Walter...
She's coming! Run!
There you are. Don't run from me, Walter. You know those are the rules.
I'll gut you, Blood Mage.
I know who you are, champion of Kirkwall. And I'm not afraid of you. You're Ferelden, like us. But you feast on sweetmeats while your people starve in the Undercity. I spit on you, traitor.
And on the pathetic Templars that sent you, Kirkwall should be mine. Then my children will have a whole city to play in.
Also, yes, I do remember you, Evelina. I gave you money before. A little bit of silver. But obviously not enough to... Oh, that doesn't look good. Everyone away, please. It looks like fire damage. Yeah, as I said, what is our fire resistance? Let me check. 64, 20, 79, 90. Well, everyone has some. So such rage demons here shouldn't be too crazy. Except for this. This is rather crazy. And now you're a desire demon. Why can't I click here? That means I can throw a fireball. Ah, dang it. I froze Sebastian. Oh, that didn't do too much actually. Oh yeah. Now Sebastian might need No, I'm done. Wait, that was easier than the previous fight.
Evelina loved us. She saved us. Why would she try to hurt us now?
Evelina would never hurt you, child. That was a demon. Remember her as she was. A brave, kind, loving woman.
I'll try.
Pray for her soul, child. The Maker may have mercy even now.
I just don't know what we'll do now.
Take this, and use it wisely.
Thank you, Miss Eyre. I should go buy some food for the others. They've been hungry for a long time.
So, anything else around here? Maybe more traps? More demons? Might be some treasure? Root of Devastation. That might come in handy. Alright. That was 2 of the 3. And so far 100% blood mages. Let's have a drink at the Hangman. Good. And let's switch our party. You know what? I think I'm going with complete swap out. Anders. Meryl. Varric, yeah. Not a complete swap out, I keep Meryl. But yeah. Meryl has the nice blood magic defense. By the way, did I check in that? Yes, I did. Yeah, I went for the street gang thing long ago.
We have a few drinks in every...
So, Hightown at night. Maybe I should have gone to the docks at night. Yeah, I think if I have a little bit of time left over at the end, I'll go for the docks at night. Oh, maybe I don't go for the docks at night. Wait, didn't I deal with you? I thought I did. Wait, what? So you missed the party earlier, apparently. Oh, there is another blood mage, and it's just Meryl and myself who can tank that, really. Where's the blood mage? Varric. Just as Meryl said, just fall already. I mean, I cleaned out your hideout already. So why are you even bothering me? I mean, at least it's not as dull. It's walking through Hightown at night. Now Meryl's taking damage, but my heal spell is soon ready again. And Anders might already be. So Meryl should be fine. Candace, are you doing it? Or do I have to?
We wrap this up sooner rather than later.
Or no one has to? Yep, that was alright. Just a little bit of excitement. But this might really have been the last group of this particular street gang. So this is up around in Fenris's neighborhood. Also formerly Bartran's, but at least that place is safe now. De Lancey, the Comte who was supposed to marry our mother. But then she ran off with Malcolm Hawke.
Good evening, Comtesse.
Oh, the champion of Kirkwall. This is marvelous. You honor this household. I will call for refreshments. Talia? Oh, she is so slow, this girl. Come, let us chat while we wait.
You're extremely cheery for a woman whose son is wanted by the Templars.
Emile? Oh yes, the Templars were asking about our poor boy recently. I haven't seen Emile since he was taken to the Circle. He was just 6. You can tell the Templars not to worry. I am sure Emile will turn himself in soon. He is a good boy.
Dulcie, what have you done? You should have told the boy to throw himself at the mercy of the Templars.
Guillaume! Darling!
Don't darling me, Dulcie. He's been telling people he's our son, that you gave him gold.
Guillaume! Darling! We have guests!
Don't stop on my account. This is fascinating.
I didn't mean to lie to you, champion. I barely saw Emile. I didn't think it was worth mentioning. I gave him some money. Not too much. He said he wanted to start a new life.
New life? His new life is spent in low-town taverns, getting drunk on cheap wine. It's a wonder the Templars haven't found him yet. Help us, please, champion. Emile is not a blood mage, just a foolish boy. Don't let the Templars kill him.
Blood mage? Oh, Guillaume, don't say that.
Please, save my son's life.
If there is a way to help Emile, I will find it.
Thank you, champion. An acquaintance spied Emile in the Hanged Man not long ago. He should still be there.
The Hanged Man? Oh, but that place is filthy.
Come, Dulcie. Perhaps you should lie down.
Oh, but the Hanged Man is so filthy.
Alright, while we're here, how about we look around a little? You know, get too acquainted with the architecture. And that's a lot of fish. Yeah, this place seems rather fishy. Some ham, some cheese. Is that a cookbook? Alright, why is there a Tevinter dragon symbol on this book? I'm going to assume it's a cookbook from Tevinter. Right? Right. Yeah. I mean, what else would you get from Tevinter but a cookbook? Maybe... I don't know. a fancy poison ring. And it's probably from Olay. Yeah, why do you have a fancy poison ring? I mean, du Lancet might be from Olay. What's behind this special door? Hold on. A Kunari sword. I told you to hold. I really told you to hold.
Now that's just...
I really did.
What are they trying to do? Ruin my boots?
I really told you to hold. Alright, let me check this equipment real quick. Superior longsword. No. Oh, more staff. Wait. Electricity, cold. Nature. Cold again. Electricity again. Jointed ropes. Nope. Superior ropes. Also no. And headwear. Doesn't provide immunity to flanking. No. No. It is more armor, but +1 to all attributes is just so damn good. Circle stash. No. No. Does anyone really need this belt? Huh. But I do like the health regeneration rate, but attack and defense? Damage resistant physical damage? No. No. So at best, it might be something for Meryl. At best. But I think I like the health regeneration rate better. Alright. Anything else? Maybe something upstairs? Maybe another Kunari sword? Why do we have a Kunari sword? Oh, your bedroom? Anything interesting here? No? That's locked. Alright, why do we have a Kunari sword and this cookbook from Teventa?
That foolish boy.
Wait, are you telling me that your boy got that cookbook and that Kunari sword? Maybe the fancy poison ring? Alright, Hangman. Huh. I wonder what you want here. Except killing Varric. Let me get my dog in here. And heal Anders. And again, this... only Anders is taking so much damage. Let's try it like this. Only having the two of us here. And we can totally tank this. At least for a good while. Unless we're stunned. And Anders, you're healing us when the time comes, right? I hope you do. I'm gonna check this. I don't trust this anymore. Okay, you heal yourself, which means I need to heal Meryl. Unless I can't. Nope. Alright, I wanted to see whether Anders would heal us in time, but he didn't. And now we need to regroup. And this. Then off with Varric. Really? Let's move back a little. Let's get to Fenris's apartment. Maybe we can knock on the door and get Fenris out. No? No? Come on. What can we do about you? Alright. Let me see, what can I do from this distance? Throw in a couple of these. You could maybe do this, and that, and this. And I can throw in another one of these. Well, let's put this one down, if we can. Yes, we can. More. Move forward. Got you. Heal Anders. Move out of... Wait, at least move you out. Meryl and I can tank this for a while. I think Meryl mostly got hit by melee attacks there. And now there's the group heal that I missed earlier. Or the 8 allies as it's called for Varric. Oh, I use immune to... What is your armor? I don't like these stunts. And my dog's dead. And I thought I was immune to knockback. Wait, wasn't I? Flanking? Knockback. Yeah, I was supposed to be immune to knockback. So this does not count as knockback apparently. And I don't like this health situation here. Can you freeze? Yes you can. I can even see the good regeneration rate, or significant regeneration rate on us while we're taking this area of effect. Oh, thank you, Anders. We're standing in this area of effect blood magic stuff. Come on, freeze. There you are. Why do you have so much health? Seriously, without my spirit resistance, this would be harsh. And yes, I'm quite well aware that I didn't give Anders a staff to help us from a distance, which would make this a lot easier and faster and such. But hey, only I am the known apostate. Anders is still totally incognito. Right? Right. What? I'm going to try one other thing. A tar bomb. Let's get our dog in. Now back to you. Oh, come on. Just go down already. Stop using health potions. Please. Can you freeze my dog? Yes. Thank you, Anders, for the heal. How long will this take? How many health potions do you have? Is fire damage better? No. No. But I don't want to freeze my dog either. So I guess it's Shield Bash. For whatever that's worth. Maybe Mind Blast? Doesn't even interrupt your spell casting? Oh come on, how long does this take? Come on. Why does this take so long? And yes, I'm also well aware that I could bring Varric back, but I fear Varric will just drop again in no time. And now that you're moving, I'm stunned. Alright, I can do Winter's Grasp again. Thank you for moving. Now you're going for Anders, which I don't like particularly. Oh goodness, why does this take so long? Seriously. Why are you doing this to me? Seriously, why does this take so long? I could have taken all this time waiting for Huon. Alright, let me deactivate these two. Let me activate that one. Oh. And now I need to move quickly. And heal myself. And back to you. Why does this take so long? My dog's taking a lot of damage, actually. Regarding. Anders, how about a heal? Seriously, how about a heal? Come on, why does this take so long? Anders, how about a heal soon? Or do I have to heal myself? Thank you, Anders. Why does it take so long? How many health potions do they have? How much do they heal with these spells? No. I'm getting tired of this. Does this work better? In any way? No, it doesn't. Is fire damage better against you? I doubt it. No, you're not coming. Oh, come on, why doesn't this work? Is it the damage type? Alright, let's try fire. What damage type do you have? Physical. Physical should always work, even though it's almost always not the best either. Alright, it really does seem to be better. Alright, fire damage on you. Are you spirited me? Is that what that was? Okay, get a little bit closer so you can heal us. Thank you. How's our dog doing? Our dog is dead. Alright. At least the fire finally works. Fire damage on blood mages.
I'm tiring.
Can I heal, please?
I only have a little left.
And I don't like this.
You think they're tiring? I'm tiring.
Candace, how's your healing? Thank you. Oh, come on, go down already. Seriously. Why does this take so long? Why do I take so much damage after all?
You think they're tiring? I'm tiring. I can't do it anymore. I only have a little left.
Why am I focused so much all of a sudden?
You think they're tiring?
I mean, I can tank this, not doing damage that fast without these spells. And yes, I'm still aware that I could bring Varric back, but I think Varric doesn't last long in this. You know, it would be a little bit more damage. You know what? Let's bring you back. And run back here, please, as fast as you can. And let's heal Varric, that's nice. And some 8 allies, which is also nice. So, Varric, are you attacking? No, you're not. How about a pinning shot? How about a running triplet? Thank you, that was much better. And maybe now you can go here, Anders can go there, and Meryl and myself finally go for this last blood mage. And Varric is shooting, as we can see. Yep, there are still bolts flying in. Maybe I should have brought Varric back sooner. I just... Goodness me. That was an annoying fight. I think that was somewhat like the fight between the... What were they called? The Virginia and the Merrimack? Where none took decent damage, and... I mean, this fight at least I won in the end, but... Oh goodness, that was annoying. So, is there anyone out here? Now I want to see. Is there anyone else? There's a guard that does nothing. Guarding this crate, guarding this cart that will probably end up in front of a cave entrance. Cave card staking. Yeah. Alright, I think Hightown is alright by now. Didn't find anyone else. Goodness me, that fight was annoying. Hangman. Is it Hangman at night or during the day? During the day. There you are, with a big name tag over your head.
Emile de Lancey?
Hey, how'd you know my name? Didn't Ella tell you? I gave her my Lancey signet ring in exchange for a kiss. And tonight, she's going to make me a man.
The Comte was right. How did the Templars miss him?
He's lived in the Circle all his life. He can't function in the real world.
A round of drinks on me. I'm Emile, as you know. And you are?
Feeling very sorry for you. I'm also helping the Templars hunt a mage named Emile de Lancey. And here you are.
Oh, buggery. I know what this is about. I'm not a blood mage, all right? I started that rumor because I thought it would make me sound dangerous and suave.
Do you have a death wish? You grew up in the Circle. You know what the Templars do to blood mages.
I've only told people in the tavern. And only women. You don't understand. I've been in the Circle since I was 6. 6! For 20 years I was locked up. I never had a real drink or cooked something for myself. Never stood in the rain or kissed a girl.
The Ferelden Circle's more fun. Everyone was kissing everyone. Though that was before the abominations.
I just wanted to live a little. If you are going to kill me, do it. I'd rather die drunk.
The Comtesse gave you the money so you could get out of Kirkwall. Stop wasting it.
You let me go?
I can tell the Templars you're dead, but you have to leave now.
I think there's a ship leaving port tonight. I'll find my way onto it. Thank you. I'll find some way to repay you someday, I promise.
There we go.
Just airing things out, he said.
Goodness me, what a quest. So... You know what? I think I might keep them. Yeah, I'll keep this group. When I return to the gallows.
So, the Knight Commander. Boiling in oil? That one never gets old.
This is past time for joking.
I'm helping you indulge in elaborate revenge fantasies. I think it's good for you.
Meredith will die. Do not doubt that.
Oh, go away, Justice. Can Anders come out and play?
Stop.
You are no fun anymore.
If you have any questions, talk to Knight Captain Cup.
No, I won't. Wait. This is Orsino's, this was Meredith. Where was this chest? There. Varric, if you please.
Good to go.
You know, you should get approval from looting a chest in the Templar's quarters from Anders. Like, seriously. Alright, Meredith.
I'm led to believe that both Huon and Evelina are dead. Unfortunate, but necessary. It seems, however, that we have still heard nothing of Emile de Lancey.
Emile was killed.
Yet we have no body, no witness to a battle. Most curious. Regardless, your part in this is done.
The blame for everything these mages did can be laid at your feet. Look at the way you treat them. Is it any wonder they're so desperate?
I have heard this argument often. Maybe they are not corrupt. Maybe they deserve leniency. Maybe they can be saved. There are maybes enough to fill half the graves in Kirkwall. I will not add more to the pile. Enough. I have not the patience to argue with you further.
Alright, then let me just take a closer look at this sword of yours. Can I get a good angle? Maybe like this? And it's again sticking out of your... I need to go. Right, that way. Also, while we're close to Templars, alright. That was that. got a letter. But I want to check out the docks at night. Maybe we can get rid of all the street gangs finally. Once and forever. Right? Right. That's very effective. Don't know if they are immune to anything, but definitely not fire. They're slave hunters. Leave the pretty ones alive, yeah? That means they will really want to kill me. Oh. Yeah, they really want to kill me. Alright, let me get my dog into this. And then go for you. You. Another fireball is ready. Should be good. Oh, sorry for fireballing you over there. I'm sorry. Really am. You're trying to backstab us, huh? Do the last one? Well, not the very last at least. Slaver whip. A little bit of money. Apparently the slave trade isn't very lucrative. Well, that's actually a good thing. So, anyone else want something? Someone down here? Nope. Anyone over there? Not that I can see. No one down there. Have you seen any street gangs? No? Alright. Just checking. Someone over here? Something in the barrel? Nope, not this time. What about this nice alley? Can I knock on this door? No? Alright. Where might they be? Well, my first suspicion would be that former Kunari compound, but I can't enter there. Well, either way, I at least got one more encounter with them. Oh, two more. Good. Can't leave the pretty ones alive. They really want me dead. At least I can fireball you well. Don't heal yourself, please. This just prolongs everything. There you go. And more of them. Can I get you clustered a little bit? Maybe? Okay, you first. How many can I get? 4? I think it was 4. And yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I just can't see you through all this glowing stuff that totally isn't magic. I mean, it's totally just my magic. I'm the champion, I can do everything, right? Right. Ah, there we go. Raining men. Really. Where are you? At that warehouse where I've just been. Really. I just came from there. I even tried to knock on the door. But no? You wouldn't let me in at first. And there we go. I feel like I've been here before. There we go. And can't call my dog in. At least not yet. Alright, let's draw them up here. Yes. That's good. How many can I get without getting any one of mine? No, this is good. Let's try this. Pinned down by Varric. I'm going through them quite well. They might be fire, weak against fire. I mean, maybe I should use that fire sword more often. Maybe I should use the hold command more often. Let's do this. Get the dog. And another fireball. Could you three please deal with this one while I keep fireballing them as long as I can, which is until now. And now they're spawning behind me. Great. Come on. Oh, that was actually quite a lot. Heal on Varric. Thank you, Anders. What? I'm going for healing on myself. Come on, go down. Another one. And a nice group heal. Ah, there's the boss. There you go. Someone in this back alley. Deal with the... Oh. Who does that? Anders, please. No, you can't. Varric, go up here. Everyone, focus again. Okay, I'm healing Varric then. Alright, I need to get a little bit better overview. Still on healing now, so I can't even use offensive spells, but right now my mana is pretty low anyway. I'll wait until I get a little bit more, and then I deactivate the healing thingy. Where are you casting? Alright, I'm gonna deactivate it now. Even though I don't have much mana, but enough for at least one fireball. Enough for at least 2 fireballs. You, what can you do? Not so much actually. Maybe just a stone fist there. Let's try to focus out that one. Here anyway. None behind us right now. This is just a low-ranking slave hunter. And now it's you. Come on, come on. This is effective. Was that it? Yes. Woodsman's ire. Physical. Nah. Alright, anything around here? No, except for this sack. It has gloves that don't have anything special on them. Just a bit of armor. But yeah, that was the last Street King. Unfortunately, that was not the last moth-eaten scarf. Probably. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this really was the very last moth-eaten scarf. No, it wasn't. Of course it wasn't. But yeah, we're done with the Street Gangs. Which means one more trip to the Hangman to get our reward. Wait, why did we come out here? We entered back there. Almost on the opposite end of the docks. What's the geography of this place? Seriously? And how's the Kunari compound, or former Kunari compound doing? Why is this even blocked off? So, Hangman at night. Then I'm gonna go for Hightown during the day. To give back one Kunari something.
It was never good at all. Well, maybe I'm not as drunk.
And Varric wants to talk to me.
So, 3 Templars walk into a tavern.
Not right now, Varric.
You feeling all right, Blondie? You're always in the mood for Templar jokes.
I removed another bunch of lowlifes.
And many are grateful as always. I take my
Alright, let's talk to Varric.
Got a minute, Hawk? I know this is ancient history, but remember that Hightown house Bartrand barricaded himself in? No point in keeping a house for a dead man. I've been trying to get rid of the place for ages now.
I can only imagine there's a huge market for the homes of deranged killers.
Well, the creepy sort of people who are interested are generally not the ones with the coin to take it off my hands. I found a minor noble in Ravane who bought the place sight unseen. But now there's a problem. They say the place is haunted.
Bartrand's atrocities must have weakened the barrier between this world and the Fade.
Maker, I hope not. I don't think I can fix the veil through applied use of force. They've noticed some minor problems. Voices whispering in the walls, apparitions, things moving on their own. My hope is it's a relic Bartrand brought back from the Deep Roads. We smash it, and the haunting stops.
Very well. We'll investigate the mansion. Again.
Thanks, Hawk. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Do you ever feel like you're part of a story that someone's telling? Maker, I wish
whoever was telling this story.
I hear the champion of Kirkwall was killed a dozen
Bartran's
dragons and
estate.
sleeps on a bed
Again.
made from their bones. And I hear he uses the Arashok's
Who do I want to
skull
take
as
for
a
that?
gravy boat.
Second healer is nice. Meryl already has this nice bonus against spirit damage. And Varric is obviously needed for that. But first, I want to check Hightown during the day.
You've been glowering for days. Your face is gonna get stuck.
Sell some
that
junk.
way.
Anything else right now?
My face is the least of my concerns right now.
That's because you don't have to look at it. If you could see it from this angle, Blondie, it'd be at least a close second on your priority list.
Have you located any Qunari blades?
This is what I've found.
My task is complete. If you were Qunari, you would be Ben Hasrath. I give you this weapon. It is worthy of that role. This weapon is you. Guard it, or lose all honor. I must go.
And a level up. Let me see, what was that? Basrath Kata. You actually give me a staff that has bonus damage against humans. And fire damage. I could have used that against these blood mages. Really. Electricity, fire. So do I need two... do I need 3 fire staffs? No. That was the nature. Yeah. And even healing bonus. It's not a bad staff. I mean, it would be great had it any rune slots, but it's really not too bad. 136, yeah, that's where my 2% come in. My attack score is getting better. You know what? A little bit more mana, a little bit more health. Really just a little. And where do I want to go? I don't know. Is there anything I can upgrade? I can upgrade Arcane Wall. Arcane Shield with Arcane Wall. I want to do that. I so want to do that. Double check. How much does it actually do? Defense plus 20%. And applies to everyone else to 1/4 effect. So that's 5% defense for everyone else? That's how that works? Let me see. Defense is 20% right now for you. 81. Why do we have so much defense? No, that's the attack. 20 defense. And 55. So 20, 20, 55. Let's activate it. And that should be still 20. Still 20. Yours goes up by 5%. Is it because you already have that yourself? Huh. But it's still good just for myself, so yeah.
Hightown is lovely this time of day.
So, can I get to Bartran's estate during the day as well? Yes, I can. Good. So this isn't even a detour. Alright, let's knock. I wonder if this trapdoor comes in at one time. Maybe you should open it. Oh, wait, there might be traps.
Hey, is that music? Where is that coming from?
I don't hear anything.
I like this less and less by the minute.
I guess the buyer wasn't kidding.
It's not supposed to do that, is it?
See? It just got placed back. It's all fine.
Where is that voice coming from?
What voice?
I can barely hear it. I wish I could make out the words.
Not likely.
Hello? Is there a ghost? Would you stop that, please?
We're getting closer. I can feel it, Hawk.
Maybe I should mount a chair to my ceiling and see how people react.
You want me to do what? I don't think so. Look at this. My brother's junk was left here. You wouldn't know it, but Bartrand was a sentimentalist. This came from our estate in Orzammar. When I was 7, I knocked over one of Mother's plates and broke it. My brother yelled at me for an hour.
This was made by the artisans of House Saldras. The clay was from the Adro-Setuna River, which never sees the sun. Arr!
There's no way you're talking about the same Bartrand that I met.
Maker's truth. There were tears in his eyes. I never thought that was possible before. That stupid plate was the whole city of Orzammar to him.
Anything else around? Why does Bartrand have a staff? I mean, other than the staff he murdered.
What's going on here? There's no way the veil could be torn this badly.
This isn't being caused by some random artifact. The idol is still in the house, Hawk. It has to be.
This is a nice room. Ah. Automatic doors now. It feels like I've seen this before in a brothel. This arrangement of tables, I mean. Not what you think.
That's not really my thing.
Actually, it is. Ah, yeah. Even self-sorting books. That's nice.
And dress
Ow.
those flaming knickers.
This is pretty.
Varric, is that what you've been hearing?
No.
Good. Then I'm not going crazy.
Easy as fun.
Another fancy poison ring. Is this open now? No. Alright. Better we. Did someone level up? No? No.
Are you real? You've got to get out of here before it comes back.
Where's the idol?
What idol?
Don't waste my time with your lies. Tell me where it is.
If you want answers, don't interrupt.
She's hiding something, Hawk. Don't lie to me. I know it's here. You must have found it.
I swear, I don't know anything about an idol. Please. Maker, no! It's starting again!
Uh-oh.
Alright, let's get our dog in. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you could summon the Mabari a floor down. That's really interesting. You do this, you try to freeze, you try to pin, and I wait for a second, and then add another Wondrous Grasp. Did you cast that? Probably. Stunted against an ethereal golem should be fine, right? Right. Alright, everyone try to focus. I don't like where this is going. Can I freeze you in time? No, I cannot. In that case, let's take a few steps back, maybe? Maybe next time a few more. And Anders, just heal yourself, and I heal Varric. Let's not risk too much, and I don't like this either. Let's see, how far can we go this way? It wasn't too bad. I can freeze you, sort of. Wait, do you take damage? I'm not sure, but it does slow you down a little bit. So there's at least that. How about a backstab? And maybe a shield bash? Does that interrupt? How about this? Yeah, that wasn't good. I was still trying to find an interrupt, but that was not a good choice. Alright, Meryl? Alright, an ethereal golem. Is electricity damage good? But attacks ignore enemy armor. But no, I want you on versus humans on ranged duty for now. You humans versus demons and undead. Does this thing count as a demon? I honestly don't know. And then let's get your tactics to ranged. Ah, there it was. Ranged. So only I will be close, I think. I hope. You there, you in this corner. I try to tank this a little bit when my dog doesn't. And then we'll wait a little bit. And do this. And do a revival for Varric. And then wait a little bit. And hopefully do a quick heal. Well, like now. There we go. That was good. Can I draw you over here? Anders, why are you not attacking? Seriously. Everyone attack. Even if you stay at range, attack. And now it's shades. Alright, let's all focus on one. And yes, I know I'm still on the healing mode, but right now that might actually be good. Anders needs to heal himself. Can't. I need to heal Anders. Alright, let's get back to this. One down. You need to go to this and give us all a an equivalent of a group heal. And you know what? Let's get up these stairs a little bit. I don't like where this is going. Maybe that'll make this a little bit more manageable. Come on, everyone attack, please. This is manageable, especially since our dog is keeping, what, 2 of them busy? Yeah, this is alright. I did mess up a little bit earlier, because I tried to experiment too much. But now, this is fine. Let me go here, you there, and you on these stairs, and Varric, can you shoot over the balcony? I honestly don't know if you can. Apparently not. And here, alright. If Varric goes left, I go right. Let's split even. Or we have to click there. This is alright. Where do I have to click? There. Alright, now you come back, I suppose? Yes, you do. And yeah, what am I going to do? Reactivate these. Ouch. And maybe one day when I can click again, I can freeze you. And let's move back. Hope this is enough. I think it was. Also, I don't know what damage type that is. If it's spirit damage, I won't be taking much damage anyway, won't I? No. That wasn't too much damage on them. Yeah, I can't interrupt this anyway. Oh, Varric? But I think I'm doing alright. Yeah, this is manageable. This is fine. Still fine? If we can heal? Yes, we can. And now let's try to attack again. Also, why are all 3 of you there? That's not good. Actually, you 3 go up here. Even there.
We wrap this.
Maybe you can. All of you go there while I try to draw this ethereal golem's attention. Can you go there? And now you take the high ground. Is that what you're doing? Really? Why aren't you moving? Seriously. And now it's back to shade time. Great. Everyone move up here, please. Everyone. Also, Anders, you have too much active at the same time. I want to keep you on healing duty.
I'm coming!
For now, at least. And where do I have to click?
Now you fall! Hold tight!
I should have brought Sebastian with this good demon-slaying bow. Thank you, Anders, for healing Varric. Everyone, attack. That groupie was a bit eager, I think. Alright, maybe a little bit of this. And a little bit more of that. Maybe I can freeze more than one? Yes, I can. That's very effective. I like this.
Another fall! May the creators have mercy on you! I certainly won't! I'm exhausted!
That was good. You activated those again. Oh well. Alright, let's try to get you.
Line them up for me! I'll take us down!
Alright, how much damage do I take from this? Not that much, it might really be spirit damage. Or at least something else I'm rather resistant to. Wait. Stone Fist on the Golem. Ethereal Golem. Whatever. I hope Barrett doesn't get too much, doesn't take too much damage from this. Well, kinda, but Anders was on healing duty anyway.
This is a piece of the idol. No, I should have known Bartrand would lie to me. Of course he'd keep a piece of the statue for himself. Think of what we could do with this.
I don't know about you, Varric, but I don't want to end up like Bartrand.
I'm not my brother, Hawk. The idol drove him crazy, but this is just one tiny piece. I need this thing. 6 years of my life have gone into this.
And there we go again. This thing's magic seemed only more potent when broken.
My only hope of finding out what happened to my brother is with this shard.
Very well. Just be careful with it.
No. This thing is cursed. It can bring nothing but madness.
It's not your call, Blondie.
Varric, I beg you, destroy this thing.
I can't. I'm sorry. Let's get out of here. I've seen enough of this damnable house to last 3 lifetimes.
And level ups. You, my dear. Actually, a little bit more health for you. And yeah, can I upgrade anything? None of these. None of these. Yeah, not that. No. Mind Blast I can upgrade. Or go more into two-handed weapons. But I feel you are so low on stamina, fake mana. Let's improve your Mind Blast. You, more magic. And also better Mind Blast. Yeah, more of this. Yeah, I think I can set you over to power. Yeah, I'm gonna. Any upgrades here? I don't want this, but then I need this to... What? Points in Bianca? Oh yeah, this is Bianca. Yeah, sure, let's get this, but never use it. Tactics... Yeah, it's not in here. And you... Let's give you back this, and let's give you back... Wait. Here and here. Yeah. So, I wanted to loot you. Rock Band! Which isn't really great. Nameless Ring. that's not impressive. No. No. And no. I don't think that belt is any good for me. Let's sell our junk. And then I might go into the estate and do a little bit of ruin stuff, because Bianca now has 4 rune slots. There we go. Can also sell this, and yeah, don't need that one. What was the nature? It was cold. Should sell it. That belt. Alright. Yeah, let's get into the estate and end on a little bit of rune stuff. So, I'm fully stacked, but there was this shield that I want to use maybe one
I
day.
hope all is well. There's another letter waiting on your desk at your leisure.
Thank you, Bodan. Alright, Bianca. I don't have any more weapon ruins. What do I give you? I feel like I should split a little bit.
I can make it for you.
So this won't be perfect for anything, but decent for, well, a lot. Lightning, Spirit, and a Rune of Devastation. Yes, let's take a Rune of Devastation. Bianca. Rune of Devastation, Lightning, and Spirit. There we go. Plus 26 from each of these 3, and then plus 10 on everything. Yeah, that should be good. That should really be good.
You like the shiny?
And yeah.